Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode in the Junk Journal with Me series. This is probably going to be the last journaling session in this journal. It's getting really chunky and it's becoming more and more difficult to work in. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I haven't just got one event to document or one day. I just have a few random bits and pieces to add into my journal. I probably won't get all of it into my journal in this journaling session, but I just wanted to pull out a few options and have a play and see what will work best. So the photo I have to document is a picture of my exam certificate. I also pull out this vintage playing card. It features a lady playing the piano and I thought it would fit really well on this page. And I have trimmed that photo down a little bit because I didn't like all the brown around the edge. I've added double-sided tape to stick the photo down. I thought I could use the playing card as a tab, which would make it easier to open the pocket. And I'm going to be attaching that with my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. I did really struggle with this a little bit because my stapler just wouldn't reach where I wanted it to go. For those of you that don't know, I am learning to play the piano. The exam I took was my piano grade 3 leisure play exam. So I think I end up with about 3 staples in this playing card. I did want a 4th, but it just wouldn't reach. I add some of this piano key washi to the bottom of my photo. I've had it for a little while, so I don't remember where I got it from. I pull out my Maggie Holmes flourish stickers and I'm just choosing a label and a word sticker to add onto my page underneath the photo. So I've done my journaling off camera. I have written a little bit directly on the page and I've also written my musical pieces on this scrap piece of paper. And all you can see me doing now is writing down the individual scores for each piece. So they're all scored out of 25 and 2 of the songs I got 18 out of 25 and the other 2 I got 20 out of 25. So I scored 76 out of 100, which gave me a merit. So all I'm doing now is choosing some of the alphas from the Flourish collection to place on the front of this card, and I choose to write the word pieces. Now I'm not totally fond of how this turned out. I really wish I had used the smaller gold alphas on this card, but it's totally okay, it doesn't matter. I didn't want to waste those alphas once I'd placed them down. I was debating adding something else to this card. I was tempted to add 76 out of 100 on here, but in the end I decided to add that underneath my journaling on the ledger paper instead. So moving on to the next page, I pull out one of the other pieces that I have. Now this is a napkin and a doily. This was actually some packaging that I got from something I bought, and I was just seeing what might work on this page. So all you see me doing here is taking off the top layer of the napkin because I don't need the layer underneath. So I'm just placing it down and seeing how it might look, but I decide to go with something else on this page. So I'm just pulling out some of the other things I have. So I have some envelopes from mail that I've got, and here are a couple of notes that I've got from Cafe Analog from when I bought some products from her shop. And I decide to use these on this page. And all I'm going to be doing is gluing it straight down onto the page using my glue stick. And I'm just making sure all of the corners are stuck down properly. This note is also from Cafe Analog, and I thought maybe I could have it flip out to the side or something because I wanted to be able to see the note on the back. So I've pulled out this washi tape. I actually did buy this from Cafe Analog in February 2019 when I got the mushroom note, And as you can see, I haven't actually started using it yet, so I thought now would be the perfect time to open it up and start using it. So I'm going to be using the washi tape to attach the note into my journal, and I'm just going to be adding it to the front and the back of the note, just to keep it securely in place. And I add a little bit of the washi tape to the top of the mushroom note as well. I was going to add a little bit to the bottom of the note, but I decided not to, and I'll save that little bit of washi for something else. I wanted to add the packaging for this washi tape into my journal, so I'm just cutting off all the excess plastic because I don't need that. And these washi tapes are actually paper tapes, and I also bought these in the order too, and although I have used them a little bit, I thought it would be really nice to keep a little sample in the journal. So I'm just ripping off the backing paper and placing them down on the page. I did have to use my glue stick on this corner because I had actually peeled off a bit of the stickiness, so it wasn't going to stick down by itself. I'm going to be adding double-sided tape to the back of this washi tape packaging, and that's just because the backing is a little bit plasticky and I didn't think a glue stick would work well on the back. I also decided to add the back of the washi tape packaging, but that's still really sticky, so I just stick that straight down in my journal. So I turned to the previous page in my journal because I noticed there was a space there, and I'm just seeing what I might like to document on this page. So I'm just placing some of the pieces that I have down on the page to see what I might like to use. And in the end I choose this napkin. I'd like it to cover as much of that brown paper as possible, so I'm just tearing it down with my hand. I wanted to tear it down just a little bit more, and I thought that I would use my ruler to do that, but that didn't work at all, so in the end I just tear it down with my fingers again. I ended up tearing it down more than I intended to, so I have another go with the remaining piece of napkin. So I'm just going to be using my glue stick to attach the napkin into my journal, and I'm just smoothing it out and making sure it's all adhered down really nicely. And I'm just going back in with my glue stick to make sure all the edges are stuck down. I also trim off the excess. And I'm going to be placing the doily on top of the napkin. Now I recommend you don't do what I do, and that is use a glue stick. It basically came through all of the holes. It was really the worst adhesive I could have chosen for this piece of ephemera. So I do go in with my Tombow Mono Multi Glue, and because it has a fine tip, I can go in a little bit neater on some of the edges and just make sure that it is fully stuck down. The item that I bought I no longer have, but I really wanted to put this packaging into my journal because I just thought it was really pretty. One day I will be more up to date with my journal, and that's why I decided to add this in the end. I wanted to add some sort of label to the bottom of that page just to explain what the packaging was, and I pull out a few different options, and in the end I choose one of these red labels which I have printed on sticker paper. And these are the finished pages. I know it was a slightly different junk journal with me today, but I hope you managed to still find some inspiration in these pages. I really like how they turned out. I love the fact that I've managed to add some packaging into my journal. I think it's really important to realise that you don't have to have this big massive event or day to document. You can just document the little bits and pieces from your life. Like I said, this will probably be the last junk journal with me in this journal, so there will be a flip through coming soon. I'm just going to fill in the remaining pages with some packaging you saw earlier in the video. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.